Hey fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to do another All Signs tarot reading. My neighborhood is definitely awake and noisy, so thank you for any patience necessary throughout this reading. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, if you're new here, I have a tendency to interpret these messages as words of encouragement. So if that sounds like what you could use right about now, thank you for keeping me company. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what we can get into this round. Okie dokie, I've already pre-shuffled, and this time let's not only cut the decks together, but let's move on and draw all of the cards and go from there. So beginning with the archetypes. Oh, we have the seed again. Didn't we just have the seed? Interesting. This is quite a beginning. And the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. Boosh. Control your own narrative. What's on the bottom? Endings are inevitable. Control your own narrative, right? Keep in mind that endings enable beginnings. And this is your life, right? What about the clarification round? What the fuck happened to my voice right now? Actually, let's go ahead and stew in this prologue, if you will, and see what's on the bottom here. The desert. Interesting. I like to think of the bottoms as the main gist of the reading, you know, kind of like the back of a paperback book. So the desert, like, you've been longing for change, for sustenance, right? I'm feeling like comparing it to the Hanged Man card right about now is the vibe that I'm picking up on. And I feel like a hesitancy going on. Like, you know that life is meant to change, that you want it to change, and there's so much that you're longing for, and yet it's almost like an intentional procrastination. The beginning, the origin, the pearl. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents the fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there is potent regenerative energy all around. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. It's like that awkward growing phase, you know what I mean? Where sometimes it can be painful. Just when you think that you're done learning what you could have possibly learned from whatever moments, you know, something catches onto your shoe and you almost fall on your face again, right? And it's like, what the heck? I thought I was past this. Well, you're past that phase of it, eh? Right? Someone else is trying to call the shots in your life. They think they can waltz in and control your every move, and you need to say no to their manipulation. It might seem tempting to relinquish control, but if you give someone else power over your narrative, chaos will ensue, and it will be all in their favor, not yours. The stories inside of you make you a library on the verge of bursting, but only if you're the one to pick up the pen, right? It's like learning, okay, once and for all, what does and does not work for us, right? Which is good because you're on that precipice. You get to decide how this is going to go. Your mind is being allowed to create your reality. There just may be some things that you're struggling to let go of. And maybe it's because you've been feeling such lack and being left out in the cold for so long that you're trying to reclaim or just simply claim that feeling of abundance. Not only wanting it, but opening yourself to receive it and allowing it to come in. Receiving and existing, right? It's clarification time. What is going on with my voice with that shit right now? It's not wanting. It's not in. It's like, nope, we're not doing it this time. Normally it's very silly. I swear. I swear. I like to think, this is YouTube, okay? I like to think of the tarot as its own story, so we're going to just go ahead and lay them out this round and then go to town on them. How does that sound? Chapter 1 is the Emperor. Oh, then we have the Two of Cups, new beginnings. Death. Death is rebirth, though, isn't it? All right. So we have 2 cards, 3 cards really, signifying the end of a cycle. And we also have at least 2 cards, 3 if you want to include the library card. It is card 22, speaking of new beginnings. And either way, both of these 2 also speak of new beginnings. What's going to come up underneath the Emperor? The King of Wands. See, the Emperor knows his shit. He knows what's going on. He's not heartless. He's just got shit to do. And the King of Wands has been there and done that. They're both fiery, right? But the King of Wands speaks more of, I feel like he's going more in line with the rebirth of it all, with his wand full of fresh new buds and whatnot. What's going to come up underneath the Two of Cups? The Knight of Wands. Heyo. Alrighty then, I see you. And under the Death card, the Two of Swords. Okay. Fine then. But that's another 2. The Three of Swords. Well then, let's get dramatic about it, why don't we? We're going to save the epilogue for just a moment here. First of all, my first question is, what the fuck? I feel like we've really been getting, indeed, into the nitty-gritty lately. You know what I mean? The root of it all. And I think that's why the seed keeps coming up, because it's like, yes, yes, yes. We're getting that fertile ground, that solid foundation in which the tree, the rest of your life, there's a plane overhead now. For the rest of your life, in order to thrive, we're getting out that pain from the depths. Because, like, this king has seen some shit, has been there and done that. And look, this swords, the 10 of Swords, not only a 10, but the 10 of Swords. That's a lot of self-sacrifice. That's a lot of taking it on the chin. A lot of, don't worry about me, I got it, when really you're falling apart and you could really use some help. People have stabbed you in the back and left you for dead. Maybe not, you know, hopefully only figuratively, because otherwise I want names and numbers. No, don't dox people, that's illegal. But you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? But I really like the the numbers of things again, right? 2, 3, 4. We have 2 2s down here, and we have 22 there. We have 66 here. And 37, technically. And 2 37s. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me with these bottoms? 37, 37. Get out of here. That is silliness. The numbers are doing their thing. So, recently I've been referring to this card, though, as the Never Again card. You've learned so much. And it's not like life will never hashtag life ever again. Like, life is always going to hashtag life, right? But it's allowed to affect us differently because we're still standing after everything that has happened. We're still standing. We're still capable, right? Even if there are things we're having difficulty letting, shaken off, right? We still know that this is the end of a cycle and we want that new beginning. But we still have some things to heal, and that's okay. Because that's another thing that we've come to realize. We don't have to be perfectly healed in order to move on. There are certain things in the healing journey that now can happen because we've made it through all of that. We may still be healing, we may still be evolving, but it's a new point in it. It's new realizations, new epiphanies, and we just keep going, right? There are some where this card is representing, it's right up there with the gray card over here, where it's kind of difficult to let go. We felt it so deep, it hit bone, right? And some of that got through the breastplate. But we're done fighting, aren't we? That's the thing. These two only have their wands, right? And this buddy has like a gonzo staff or something going on there. But no weapons, no actual physical hand weapons. Because that passion, that creative drive, all of those incredible new ideas that are occurring every day now. It's that side's turn. The part of us that we were too scared, that we were beaten down on before, that we weren't allowed to do before, that we've realized, why? Why not? Would that really have ever been so bad? I wanted to run off to Hollywood when I was younger. Yeah, I'm pretty darn glad that I didn't. My autistic ass would have been eaten up and spit the fuck out. Are you kidding me right now? I'm not naive anymore, though, am I? So just be sure, because so these two coming up together is kind of amusing to me, because this can be, as much as I want to refer to it as the Never Again card, it's also can traditionally be considered as indecision, right? But even indecision and just sitting there, letting time escape you some more, that in and of itself is a decision. It lets the sand go through your fingers instead of cupping that shit. But there's passion and drive, and there's courage being represented first and foremost. The seed was the very first card, right? There's something that has been planted, that has been longing to grow and thrive. And you've been learning to trust yourself, that everything that you've been through, You can handle this. So you're ready. You're freaking ready for new beginnings, for this too, for new relationships. You're still scared, but a part of that fear is the old you. It's because of the old you, your previous experiences. Well, that's how that went. That was then, this is now, right? Pull out the swords, cut whatever cords have been holding you down. Actual cords. Don't just abandon your family, right? You know what to do, because that's the other thing about the swords. That's the mind. You know what to do, and it's okay to be a bit scared. A lot's changing. Thank goodness, because here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Right? That's the sun breaking through that dark night of the soul. That's the sun coming through to usher in a new chapter. Okay? So you keep healing, you keep learning, so that never again will those painful experiences be allowed to occur, because you're not taking that shit anymore. You can see it coming from a mile away, and that's all you need to know. You've watched this movie before. It's boring. You don't want the freaking t-shirt, okay? You don't want the t-shirt. Or well, maybe the bumper sticker. I'm a sucker for a good bumper sticker. Anyway, moving on. What's the epilogue to this story? Boosh. It can be frustrating when only so much is illuminated. It can kind of get in the way of making plans. But for me, seeing this card has been showing, like, it reminds me that of the two pillars and such in the Justice card. Right? It speaks of how far you've come. There was a lot of fear, a lot of, like, not knowing how to handle things because you were new to them, but you're already past that point. Where do you think you are on this, in this journey, this path that we can see? Because you're beyond these animals. You're well beyond there. And you're being watched over, whatever that means for you. It's your intuition that's kicking in and going, okay, that's enough. I'm drawing the line now. That's enough. This is my life. And I know what the fuck I'm doing. Right? There's another plane. Just, don't be too hasty, right? Usually, either way, when you are putting all of that work, that dedication, that courage, that resiliency, when you're putting all of that drive into something, why wouldn't it work out? That was then, this is now. And this is a whole different ball game. This is a different type of tree that is allowed to grow, that is allowed to thrive. And rock that photosynthesis. Thank you. What are the extra notes for this reading? Let's check the bottom of this. Oh, shit, fam. We got the Judgment card on the bottom of the tarot. Hello. Boop, 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 doo, 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 doo. Man, today's not a singing day. Hello. I can't even do-to-do's. What is that about? Oh, my goodness. All right. Oh, it's my favorite Neville Goddard quote. How would you feel if you were free? How would you feel, though? Like you could do anything, huh? Like anything is possible. What does freedom mean for you right now? Maybe don't worry about a particular dollar amount. And remember that it really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh? It's time for things like money and love and abundance to mean different things for you now, to mean what they're supposed to mean for you now. We're not in that lack mentality anymore. We are thriving. We are untethered and no longer holding ourselves back with the pain and the bullshit. Treat yourself. Oh. What's on the bottom of this one? It is from a Britney Spears song, actually, from the Circus album, a very particular album. It's called Out From Under. I don't want to dream about all the things that never were, and maybe I can live without when I'm out from under. 2020 equals hindsight. Perspectives can change with the rear view, right? The further you go in this journey, the more you're healing, the more things are able to change. Your world can change. And if there was ever a time to trust the process, it's now. Little oak tree. Oh, if you were my oak tree just growing a little sapling, I'd be talking to you and singing to you all day. Alrighty, fam. Thank you so much for keeping me company in this general all signs tarot reading. I really appreciate it. And always remember that I love you.